I'm going to open a 2,000 grams port, one of the top vintages that we've released in the last 30, 40 years. And one that we believe is actually in a really good stage, not just to decant, which is why we're here, but also definitely to enjoy. It's in that midlife sort of fruity, but beginning to show complexity, softness. And it has opened. The vintage pours tend to close a little bit, and this one is definitely on the open side already, and it will continue to be evolving very well for the next 30, 40 years. So I've got my decanting kit. I'm going to try and sort of put everything here next to it. So obviously there's a decanter, essential, a funnel, a corkscrew. I do have an azo opener, which I do enjoy, and then obviously the wines to taste. Now, I'm not a sommelier. You guys will do this way better than I do, but there are a few things about vintage port that are perhaps a little different from other wines. One of them is the fact that it has a lot more sediment than normal reds. Over time, this sediment is formed with the bottle lying down on the sides, but ideally you will want to have the bottle of vintage port about half an hour standing, so that the sediments will fall on the bottom of the bottle. And so it's really important to do that sort of half an hour, and then you don't need gauze, you don't need filter. That half an hour will be enough for the sediment to by gravity just sediment in the bottom of the bottle. And then the other essential thing is don't shake it, or once you start decanting, don't stop it. Just go all the way through, not sort of go back and then do it again, because otherwise you're going to get all the sediment stirred into the wine. So I'll just take the capsule off. We'll start there. Has the IVDP seal, so just remove that stuff. And now you could open with obviously a corkscrew, but as I said, I do prefer the azo opener, particularly with wines with a certain age. This was bottled in 2002, so 19 years in a bottle. So the cork would be 19 years old. Should be fine, but just in case, just to be sure that the cork is removed nicely, just try and squeeze that in gradually. There we go. Smells fine. And now I'll use a funnel, obviously, because the decanter that I'm using here has a very small opening. If you use a different decanter, you might not need the funnel. And then, like I said, once you start decanting, just go all the way through. Start really slowly, so that the air that comes into the bottle does not interfere with the sediment. And then once the air that gushes into the bottles begins to not be a problem, you can increase the speed of your decanting. Now you don't want to go through all the way, because you don't want those sediments into your wine. So what you should do is around now, so with the bottle just slightly after the horizontal, you start to slow down again. You even can start pouring it against either the decanter or the funnel, and then you're going to start to see the sediments coming out. And once you do, you just stop decanting. So that's what you don't want in your decanter when you're serving to your customers. It's absolutely fine, of course, you can enjoy it. It actually smells really, really good. But yeah, that's what you don't want in your final wine. And on to the good stuff. A clean, decanted, and ready to be enjoyed wine.